Every journey has an origin. Mine begins here, Gibraltar, a rock that may look small, but it shaped dreams larger than life. This is where I first felt the fire of football, where passion became purpose. And that purpose would one day carry me across continents, from Gibraltar to India. Gibraltar, 6.7 square kilometers, just a dot on the map. But to me, it was the entire world. The rock stood like a guardian above us. The Mediterranean wrapped us in its tides, and every narrow street, every open space was a football pitch waiting to happen. Here, football wasn't just a pastime, it was a language, it was culture, it was identity. I was just a boy then, boots too big, heart too restless, playing until the light faded, until the ball was no longer visible in the dusk. And yet, I kept playing, because even in the dark, the dream never switched off. They say home is where the heart is. And for me, home was a rock rising from the sea. Gibraltar, a place where the streets were narrow, but the dreams were endless, where the waves crashed against stone, and every echo carried the sound of football. The rock stood above us, silent, unshakable, and beneath its shadow, a boy discovered a fire that would never go out. This was more than home. This, my friends, was the beginning. So, a lot of you may be wondering, where does this guy get the love and the passion he has for football and for coaching? Well, again, it's part of my journey, I guess. So when I was a kid, I was introduced to two video games. You might think, video games, what is this guy talking about? Video games, yes, indeed. Yeah, one of them was called PC Football, which was a Spanish video game, and the other one was Football Manager, or as it was known back in that time, Championship Manager. So, I got introduced to these two games, and the rest, as they say, is history. I spent hours and days and hours and weeks without just leaving my room. I would play football with my friends in the patio, and then I would come back home and just play this video game. And this, my friends, this video game with all the massive database it has of players, the massive work that you have to do to get a team promoted, save them from relegation, it's so realistic that I told myself, one of these days I want to be in this game. And guess what? I am. So it's amazing. It's a full 360 circle, full 360 moment there and then. But it all started, that jitterbug, that jitterbug begun with a video game, two video games, and me just completely and absolutely enthralled by it. So that's how this amazing story began, to be fair with you guys. So, yeah, it was just, and it has been such a ride so far. And then, I was just minding my own business around the Rock of Gibraltar, just doing some odd jobs. I worked in the banking system, I worked in the police force for a couple of years, and my dream of being a coach and manager was all but gone. I was playing football in the second division back home and occasionally in the first division, but that was about it, right? Football was an amateur level back home in Gibraltar at the time, so there wasn't really much scope. And then one day, one fine day, as we say here in India, I was working as a tour guide in the nature reserve, which you saw before in the clips before that I posted. I was taking a group of people around, and then the breaking news. It was May. I remember it clearly, May. And the breaking news in Sky Sports was Gibraltar has just been accepted into UEFA. And I paused for a second, just taking all that in. We had been fighting to get UEFA recognition for decades, and Spain had always vetoed us and blocked us. But this time, somehow, we managed to get inside. We were part of UEFA. And for one split second, I just stopped the tour, gave this news to all the people there. They were a bunch of Americans, so they didn't even know what was happening. They were like, woo, cheering. And I'm like, oh, you guys don't know what this means for us. But then, inside of me, I knew. I was thinking, we're in UEFA. That means there's going to be coaching courses. That means there's going to be all sorts of things happening. So I thought to myself, this is the moment that I've been waiting for. And my friends, the next part of this story will be in chapter 2. So do stay tuned, because it only gets better and better and better. Love you all.